that really has the overall everlasting effect on the outcome, and then look for them. A couple Copley would want a halfback, but also some defensive breakdowns. Is that what you saw on your end?
Yeah, obviously the game didn't start the way we had envisioned it or what we talked about, and uh, felt that the guys were ready to play. Obviously, I think Walks had a penalty early, and wrist goes in from the top of the top of the point there on the power play, and I suspect Cops would probably like to have that second one back. I'm not quite sure what happened there in terms of him missing that, and next second you're down 2-0, so certainly wasn't the period we wanted, but as I said, the guys, there's no quit in the room. This guys battled, and just facing a lot of adversity right now, and there's a fine line between a rut and a groove, and obviously we're in a pretty good rut right now, and having a hard time to find good things to happen to us, and certainly felt we had some good chances there as well, and they just didn't go in, and it seems when we do get our goals, it's almost too late, but I didn't think we quit in the second or the third, and that's, there's good guys in that room, so I guess that's one of the positives you could take from the game.
Your thoughts to yesterday's trade? Obviously, the timing probably wasn't the best, but you had two guys departing, two guys arriving, and then if you could also assess Whitney and Chappie's performances tonight.
Yeah, well, I think Joe Whitney certainly has a reputation for being a real good scorer in this league, and he's obviously had his struggles this year, and was healthy scratching towards the end of it, but New York and Hartford have made a commitment to playing their younger players. So, we were just looking to add some type of offense, especially with Borky gone. And I think we all know that it's been an issue this year. I mean, we're 27th in the league in scoring. So, the stats don't lie. And so they were able to make a deal there. Hubie Labrie was a great soldier for us, and loved coaching him, and was real excited to make that phone call in July when the dust settled up in Washington in terms of bringing him back, and he knew coming in that he was going to be the seventh, but he played a ton just based with some injuries and that, and but it was important that he, if there was a chance to get him to play somewhere, and Hartford was looking for a defenseman, so that's how kind of it all started, and we're just not taking the kids out, so we'll recall someone from South Carolina. And then, Albie, obviously, I think Albie's a little bit like Joe Whitney, has had his struggles this year, and he did have an injury for 5 weeks. Didn't bring the offense that maybe we all anticipated, but another great human being. And, I felt that he was more of a bottom six type of player, or more suited for that type of role. And we certainly have plenty of those type of players on our team. So I guess the deal, made sense from the Capitals and the Hershey perspective. And in terms of their play, I think you could see that Whitney is very crafty on the power play, a real good skill set here. And, they just arrived this morning. So Chappie, unfortunately, I couldn't get him as much ice time because he didn't play any special teams today. But I thought he showed some good speed, and he had some decent shifts there. So it'll probably take a little bit longer to assess his situation or his talent level and what he can bring to our team. And Joe, I think, is certainly someone we know exactly what he's going to bring to the table here.
Last few games, the starts, there's been kind of a snowball effect where one goal leads to two or three. Do you find some of your guys are maybe thinking about the prior shift rather than, turning something around?
Yeah, we talked about that this morning. Last night I thought we were excellent in that first period. Unfortunately, they got a late goal, and we've talked to our team a lot about the intangibles of the hockey game, and we feel as a coaching staff that the intangibles are really getting the best of us. It's not a systematic thing. It's not a will to win or a compete level, in our opinion. They're just, giving up a goal late in the period always hurts you. And then, last night they had a 3-goal outburst in a pocket of less than 4 minutes. So those are, to me, control, momentum swings, and you've got to try and control those momentum swings when the tide turns the other way. And they got a power play goal last night, and we couldn't stop the bleeding. Now, on top of that, we couldn't score. I felt that coming out of the first period last night, for example, it should have been 2-0, but it wasn't. It was down 1-0. So when you have a team that's fragile from an offensive perspective and gets to chase the game a ton, those are the things that happened. And tonight was a little bit different. Obviously, the first period was not what we wanted, but I felt after through we had to get cops out of there, and for the most part we competed the rest of the way, and but we're not getting the results we're looking for right now.
At this point, it's 14 points out of fourth place. How much do you start to look toward playing some of your younger guys, giving them some rest?
Well, I think that without going into much detail, we thought we'd go get it to the trading deadline, which was the end of the month, and kind of assess where we were at. We were hoping always it's not going to take 96 points to get in this year, unlike last year. So we were hoping to be able to make a push, but obviously it's not happening. So at some point we'll have to, and there's. Gustafson, we have to know what Gustafson can do here with a bigger role for next year. And, Timmy McGauley's down there as well, waiting for his opportunity. And, obviously Mason Mitchell's another guy that, has been in and out of the lineup, trying to manage roster management, which is a big part of our job as a head coach. So, we'll just, we got tomorrow, and then we've got our road trip to Canada, and we'll probably have to, assess when should we get back. But the biggest thing for us is the improvement or the continued improvement of our young defensemen, because I do believe we're the youngest defense corps in the league, and they're not all going to play in Washington next year. So we've got to continue to push them to get better, and not only for the rest of the 25 games that we have left, or 26 games, but also for next year. Okay, thank you.